and welcome to tonight's nichebot live call-in show, where this is the place you get the intervention you need to blow past the obstacles that stand in your way. In fact, they won't be obstacles if you get involved with your road to on your road to success. You have to get involved by asking questions and so on and so forth. So let me get right into the introduction of the show. I am your host and founder of nichebot since 2004, Jim Morris. And let me tell you real quickly why I created the show for gold and platinum users. Now, for one, obviously, I think a lot of people do this, and probably not you on the line, but a lot of people blow right past the quick start guide. That is the foundation, and I think it's a foundational thing that business owners of any kind, whatever kind of sites you have, you want to make sure to troubleshoot whatever things that may be happening, people aren't doing, not taking action, or you get complaints at your help desk or by email or what have you. You want to try to troubleshoot those and find a way to solve it. And one of my ways of solving people blowing past the quick start guide was having these live call-in shows. We started these back in late 2007. We're over, wow, this is our 70th show. So content here is customized towards you because you ask the questions and we give the answers. The more specific you are, the more specific our answers can be, and they can be custom tailored right here on the fly to whatever your specific situation is. Now, this show is about getting clarity, and it's about having breakthroughs, but, you know, breakthroughs don't happen without repeated exposure to using techniques that work. A lot of people question the techniques, and I think there's a lot of inner dialogue that goes on, and a lot of people just, they go out, try something 2-3 times, not even once. I know people that try it once and they just give up. But there are a bunch of people that just go out, try stuff, and unfortunately 3 times, 4 times they say, this stuff doesn't work, and they move on to the next thing, and they keep doing the same pattern over and over and over again. And I know that's not you on the line, because you're here to stick with this and to work it all the way through until you reach your goal. And that's what it's really about. It took me about 4 long years. Now, there will be a replay of this show from the live directory over at nichebot.com/live show, and the last 2 shows have been uploaded. As you'll notice, there's some music in the background going. Unfortunately, we've had to make them a little bit smaller so that they also convert over into the iPod or the iTunes format, so that people can download it to their iPod, iTunes, to their iPod or their iPhone and listen to the show while they're at the market, taking their kids to gym like I do, all that sort of stuff. Now, you should share my epiphany. My epiphany came in 2004 when I discovered how important and how powerful that keyword phrase is in the hyperlink, and of course getting those hyperlinks pointing outside your site, pointing directly at your site. Now see, this is the way it should be done, and this is the way an HTML link is created, and of course we don't have the extra variables in here like the target blank so it pops into a new window, all that stuff. But as you see, you want to have your keyword phrase here because it tells the search engine when it passes through this link that this keyword phrase relates to this page right here. So one of the things you also want to make sure to do is also, if you can, when you're using not a main page, but you're using an internal page, to try and have the keyword phrase in your URL. That really helps with the search engines as well. Now, I used back when, in 2004, I used reciprocal linking to get backlinks to nichebot. I used other types of methods as well. But nowadays I use, you know, a lot of different techniques. I use I do content baiting, and I do article marketing, and I do all sorts of things to get backlinks to my sites. Now, you should find whatever style of inbound links works for you. Now, there's all sorts out there. Getting inbound links always trumps content on your page, and I'm going to say this. A lot of people go, you got to have content. Of course, I'm not saying content is not bad. You have to have content, and I say have plenty of it. In fact, I say, why not also auto-blog some of your content? There's nothing wrong with that. You won't get penalized, and I'll show you a great site later on down the line. However, getting inbound links always is going to trump. If you are at the top of these search engines and you're at position number 2 or position number 3, if you want to get above those competitors and get to the top, you're going to have to beat them out with backlinks. That's all there is to it. You can't do it anymore. Once you tweak your content as much as you can tweak it, and no matter how much you think you know what you're doing in search engine stuff, those links are what's going to put you over the top and get you above your competition. Plain and simple. I've seen it over and over, and that's what it's constantly. You'll see the even biggest people, Leslie Rohdes. You'll see Leslie Rohdes and Dan Thies. I just took their linking course. I took Dan Thies' linking course. So anyways, so let's get back to this. So if, you know, one particular inbound linking method may not work for you, there's like, I don't know, 70, 80 different types of inbound linking methods out there, and you want to make sure to use one that suits you best and find one, master it first. Don't go on to the next one and confuse yourself. You want to first build a muscle. You want to build some repetitive nature on one of your strategies, and then once you feel it's part of you, once it's natural for you to do, and you can go and do it over and over and over without, you know, you can almost do it blindfolded type thing, then move on to another technique until you are incorporating 3, 4, 5 different techniques into your inbound link building. And that's really how it's done. You've got to build a muscle in order to do that. Now, this show is about getting clarity and breakthroughs, but in order to get those clarity and breakthroughs, you have to step out and ask questions. What do I do here? What do I do now? And there are no stupid questions on this show. Now, here's real quickly the ground rules for the call. Everyone right now is muted on the line, and I will open up the line soon so that everyone can ask a question, participate in their own success. Now, ask a question anytime during this webinar through your panel over to the right-hand side. Just type your question in, just like I asked before we started the show. Now, I did talk about the fact that I'm going to have a special presentation, and I'm going to get to that shortly. However, type live chat in front of your question if you want to interact, so I can go ahead and unmute you. Now, I will go from about 60 to 90 minutes depending upon my number of questions, obviously, and of course my energy. Of course, I do have to leave it around around 7 o'clock. So I'm going to try to get everyone as much help as possible and give that presentation that I was talking about earlier. Now, go ahead and submit your questions right now into the panel over to the right-hand side, and I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here, and we're going to pop up a screen, and we'll go over to nichebot. And if you don't have any questions right now, we're going to go ahead and go right into what I was going to present so that everyone kind of understands how to build a business model. Looking for my, there is my water. How to build a business model, but build a consistent traffic generating business. And I'm not just talking about just building a mailing list and doing affiliate marketing. What I'm talking about doing a really incredible site. I'm talking about an affiliate marketing type site. I'm talking about more than just affiliate marketing, but using your own products. But you can use any part of this, but I want to give you the understanding of how to be able to introduce products or introduce offers to your audience in the best, most pleasing way or the most pleasant way possible so that you can market the most efficient manner that you can. Now, let me go ahead and real quickly before we move forward, I'm going to make sure I see Ken Ryan's on the call. Ken, are you there? Ken, can you hear me? Okay, he's out there somewhere. He sometimes gets lost and calls in on the phone. All right. So if you have any questions right off the bat, just go ahead and speak up, ask your question. If not, just go ahead and we'll move forward, and I'll show you what I've got to show you. All right, as you can see, the feedback has gone away. Oh, wait, we've got a couple of questions that have come in. Yes, okay, so there's a question. Bruce Hunt says, new to the program, my keyword basket does not look like the training videos graphs. Seems the format has changed and I do not know how to use it. Okay, yes, we will have a switchover on the, we're doing the training videos, redoing them as we speak. They should be done by earlier next week, like around Tuesday-ish, but we'll go ahead and redo that keyword basket one ASAP. So apologize for that. It should be pretty much the folder management is right there instead of the whole drop-down thing. We can go through it. I was to find that I would be... Okay, so Ken, you're on the line. Hopefully you can hear me, and you were to find 10 articles that you would, that would be good ones. Okay, awesome on that one, so hopefully you've done that task for yourself, because we got to make sure to develop some good articles, some similar other articles around that. As far as your question, Bruce, like I said, we will get right on that keyword basket video, but let me go through, and everything honestly is pretty much the same as far as I can recall. The keyword basket is, this link works right there perfectly. So where you have the management that we had, so these buttons right here that were down at the bottom right here are just repeated. You'll see these buttons down at the bottom of the other. A lot of this is just aesthetic, but if we want to add a folder, we want to add a folder in here. As you can see, I've got a number of different folders, and that's one of the most powerful things of the nichebot system is the folder and your ability to organize your keyword research. And if I was inside of a folder, okay, say I'm inside this folder, and we are, am I inside that folder? Hang on, just sorry about that. Not my apology. I was looking at the wrong one there. Okay, so let me go to the diabetes folder. So as you see, it just changed for me. Now, if I wanted to delete this folder, I would hit the minus folder sign right here while I'm in this folder. Okay, some of the new features that are in here is if we want to merge all the contents in the folder, these three, I want to merge them all together, which is not really wise. You don't want to do two different searches together. If I wanted to copy this folder, I would just hit this button once. If I want to copy one particular item, which is really good to do before you, once you create a whole list, before you go and start manicuring it and shaving it down in the related words, in all the words that don't relate, I should say, you want to make a copy of it. So this is the function that you could do right here, and all the other functions are pretty self-explanatory. So all this stuff is pretty much the same. This is even the same, except it's just being repeated from down here, sort of like the Gmail version. So if you have any questions, just give me a whoop and a holler about the system. Okay, I want to make sure I'm getting your questions. Hang on just a second, I'm flipping around here. There we go. Just want to make sure I'm getting your questions answered, so that if you have, what's the ABC mean? Yes, the ABC. My apology. So the folder, if you want to rename this folder, so say we go to the folder. Unfortunately, I just renamed the folder here, nothing. So say I want to be in, say I want to rename this Amber folder. So I'll go to Amber. So ABC, I want to rename that folder. So I want to call it Amber ABC 123. Click the ABC. I've renamed the folder. As you can see, it's now ABC123. So this is basically right up here, folder management. So if I'm in the folder, the minus sign will delete my folder. If I want to add a folder, I want to be in the main folder because it's only a two-tier system. So if I want to add a folder here, I'm going to type in whatever my new folder 5253, click the plus sign, and that'll add the folder in. If we want to take a look at it, new folder 253 right here, and as we see, it's totally empty. Now we're ready to go and go to the quick digging tools, to either the Google Keywords tool or the Word Tracker Keywords tool. Start typing in keywords that we know of that are related to our industry. If we don't know what those related what those related keywords are that we know of in our industry, and of course we should do due diligence, then in order to find all your related keywords, we want to use the one-click LSI keywords tool. Now this, once you enter one phrase, so say our phrase is tennis rackets, we will get back about 800 to 1,200 keywords that we can dig through to find the related keywords, so that we're building our list wide. We're building a wide list of all different ranging keywords that have to do with our niche market, but they're not exactly the same words. They're said differently. It's like doing synonym hunting, okay? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find all the related words that mean the same thing, said differently, searched for in a way. We want to find a way that our visitor is taking a path to reach their final destination, whatever it may be. Now, there's a difference between, of course, tennis rackets and, of course, a Wilson D50 graphite graphite supercharged racquetball racket. Okay. So that's a totally different word, right? And right now in the middle of the show, thanks. So this is a totally different keyword than someone just searching for tennis rackets. While tennis rackets is a very, very good word for someone to start out with, it's unfortunately it's a research keyword that doesn't really, unfortunately, it's not a beginning. It's not the beginning of a buying cycle for someone. Whereas someone already knows what they want, they're going to type in a brand name. So that's the thing. We want to try to locate and pinpoint these type of buying keywords where we can get positioned in front of on our sites. Whereas these are great, and maybe I have this spelled wrong. Maybe it's RACQ. I don't know. Anyways, but getting positioned in front of the shorter tail, the more generic keyword, you're going to get a lot of traffic on this keyword, but you're not going to get as many conversions because people are going just through the hunting stage. They're looking for information gathering data. But when they finally go make a decision, this is really the keyword you want to be in front of, is at the end. It's like, where would nichebot want to be is located in front of other types of competitors or other types of longer tail keyword phrases. Now, hopefully that answers your question. So Ken, hopefully, oh, it looks like Ken, you've got your hand raised, and I want to make sure to take care of you before we move on to the the rest of the presentation.
Yeah,
Ken.
Jim, I'm here.
Okay, Ken, awesome. Glad you made it.
You know, and actually, I have to say that last week when we're on my website, and you know, I kind of felt like the nichebot punching bag.
Okay.
Like I was really, really kind of thought that I thought I knew what was going on, but I found out from that, and I want to thank you for that punching me out for a while.
No problem.
Is you'll just punch anybody, right? But I never.
I would like to call them, instead of punching you, I would like to call them cold slaps.
Slap, okay.
Okay, because, you know, I mean, I was in a stupor for 4 years, my friend. Okay, I don't know how long you've been in a stupor, but I was in a stupor, a non-profiting stupor, for 4 years. It was very tough. And I had no one like this to be able to reach out to and be able to help me and guide me and even know that I felt that they were doing me justice.
Yeah. Well, what it did is it didn't, I kind of felt like after the call, like when I first came to nichebot, it was because I found you based on some keyword searches for software.
Okay.
And I thought I was pretty hot stuff because I had that vacation incentive site, and it was up there in Google. Oh, my mom. Excuse that, people. I apologize that. But I felt like I really kind of knew what I was doing, but I found out from last week that, and excuse the language, but I was going to hell in the handbasket because I didn't understand, honestly, what an article was. Okay? And I took that I really need to understand what articles are. And
well,
I went into
yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
I went into eZine articles, and I found out that the keywords were supposed to be, as you said, the main focal point of the article, and yet I was using keywords in the body and in the top of the article, which we always talk about as the darker highlighted portion. I wasn't using any keywords in it.
Correct. So it wasn't alerting.
And I was making things up, thinking that it was good articles, but after reading the articles and actually reading the articles I read for this assignment, I realized that I didn't really know what I was doing. And it kind of just put a real prod in my gut that said, you need to understand what blogging is all about and what articles are about. And I think you said this to me about a month ago, is that, Ken, you need to learn everything about what it takes to make a website profitable before you start going off in every different direction. And I did that. I thought I knew what I was doing, but after
Well,
listening to you and these articles, I didn't know.
Right. Well,
And
let me ask.
so,
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Okay. So, as far as I'm concerned, okay, your content, right, is like food to the search engines, right? But it's
yeah,
also really like food to the visitor. And look, the visitor, let's not run around the bush. The visitor is trying to find what they're trying to find, and you need to solve that problem, or else they're going to hit the back button, and you're going to be dust and history in their mind before you even can say another 2 words on your page. You get what I'm saying?
yes, definitely.
Okay,
And
so
I also realized
yeah.
that there was even a sequence of events that you do not do and things that you want to put in your article. And I found out all the do's and all the don'ts. And
It definitely takes an art to be able to get to a polished level, if you know what I mean. But it's
yeah,
like, but I wanted to make sure to make this a point so that everyone on the phone or on the line or on the computer gets this, and it's so very very important, and that is that. Hang on just a second. I got a caught in my throat there. Okay, so that visitor is looking for, okay, so this is the easiest way I like to break it down. Your content, like I was saying, is food to the search engine, but not only that, it's like food to your visitor. You wouldn't give your visitor bad food, would you?
no,
And the same
you
thing.
have to feed it.
Exactly. So it's just like almost like akin to a chef that is preparing a recipe. And if you really want your content to be good and to be effective and make and motivate your visitor to do what you want them to, then it's going to follow through on whatever the promise of the article title that's going to solve that issue, right? Because if you
Right.
do that, if you give them good quality content and really follow through, it doesn't have to be totally specific. But if you follow through and give them really good, a couple of nuggets, they're going to want more from you at the end of that article. That's it. And so if you prepare a bad article or a bad food, it's going to turn them away, and it's going to make them go to another article instead of yours.
Right.
That article is there to display your expertise in that particular field. So you've got to show that you know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, you need to go keep reading until you sound like you know what you're talking about. Or if you can't do that, then you need to go out and outsource and find people that are going to write you Cancun articles to get loaded up onto your site, plain and period. One or the other.
Yeah, and that's one of the questions I also had. You said that there was people that would write some of these articles.
Yeah, there's a number of places out there that will do articles for you, and I can give you a couple of those resources. Just contact me offline and send me a question. I'll send you back a couple of places you can go to get some articles. Now, they're going to cost you $10-15 for a quality article, okay? Unless you're going to take any sort of content off of another site and go ahead and be able to rewrite that intelligently, and you don't want to use any sort of derivative content. That means you're not going to be using any part of the content that's part of the article you're rewriting. You want to completely rewrite it, and if that's just too difficult, then you need to study more on your topic, or 2, you need to go ahead and outsource. Now, I want to talk about. I'm going to give you a model to study here. This is a model not just in opt-in forms, but it's also a model in affiliate marketing. It's also a model in copywriting. It's also a model in how to launch something for free and then take it immediately into paid, and how to do that. It's a number of things in one, and I'm going to run through it so fast. Unfortunately, you'll be able to watch it over and over as soon as I produce the video, but I'm going to run through this really fast, but this is kind of the process you want to understand, Ken, to understand how you build an ever-revolving business model. Okay, you can use this model to be able to do this in any sort of field. You can use this in anything. You can use it with your Cancun stuff. You can use it in affiliate marketing. You can use it with direct sales. So we're going to go. We're going to go to the site, which, as you can see, it's not up. Just kidding. Okay, so I have not talked about ever internet marketing before. I've never talked about internet marketing at all. So I've spoken about AdSense marketing. I've spoken about, I've taught stuff about AdSense. I've taught stuff about keyword research, but never about internet marketing. So instead of coming out with an internet marketing newsletter, came out with a video podcast, which is similar to what you're watching right now. So it's like live on the screen, live webinar, except I have, like down here, I have like a little webcam of me that you can see, and it's a show, and we have different segments where we talk about certain items, and it's a lot more engaging as far as I'm concerned than just having, having a print newsletter. Okay, I think it's time for a lot of people, especially in now the multimedia day, we got to reach out and we got to go higher. We've got to, if we want to dig deep into a niche, I'm going to show you how you can do that in multiple ways in one site. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I put together a video podcast, which not only is, as you can see, this is on an iPhone, so I'm trying to say this is like you can get it on your iPhone, at iTunes, and or your iPod, whatever device you have that's from iTunes, you can get it. Now, this is a very important opt-in page for you to study, because this is kind of like, it shows you this is the ultimate promise of this entire page and what the entire experience is, because basically, over the last 4 years, I've, over 8 years, I struggled for 4 years, and then it took me, things started happening in 2005, and I built a couple $1 million businesses, one of them being nichebot. Okay, so that's really kind of what I'm offering, and you kind of get the lead in here. It's the only free internet marketing show that is raw, uncut, unrehearsed, blah, blah, blah. So what better to do than to put a guarantee on it. So I put a guarantee. One of the first shows that we did on Let's Talk Profit show, which was already recorded, already uploaded, and ready to go, we talk about GM, and I give them a lot of praise about what they did with their new marketing campaign about having a guarantee. So what do? Have a guarantee as well. So one of the things that I'm doing here is I'm doing exactly what I'm talking about on the marketing show. So I have a great offer, have a guarantee, and I have an opt-in box. So this is where everyone's experience begins. But of course I have some video if someone wants to take a look at this, they want to see exactly, they want to check out who I am, whatever. And then of course I have my story down here. This is if you take a look at this story and you read this, this is the way you want to communicate with your audience. You want to communicate in a real sort of human way that people can connect with and can relate to. So I give them a story, blah, blah, blah. I also have a contest involved here. This can be done, again, with any sort of thing. I also have some bonuses that people get extra content if they act now. So I'm giving them extra leverage, again, extra bait, extra reason to want to opt into get on, whether this is my internet marketing show, whether it's going to be a fitness show, whatever it may be, you need to have some sort of a bonus. You need to have some sort of leverage or some sort of content, something to be able to give them another reason to want to, if your reason up above here is not enough, well, then this bonus may be enough, or this contest. So I've got this now contest here involved. Okay, so let's take a look at the whole process. So here I have, now notice, this is an opt-in page you want to study because I set this up. I personally did this. I did all the copywriting on this site. Now, I don't do copywriting for anyone else. I don't have any clients. Scott Patton does all that sort of stuff. But when I have like my own, my personal stuff that I really want to do, I do all my own copywriting. So this is crafted by me. You're going to notice all throughout the page I have different areas for people to get signed up on the list. And this is the thing, is the first place you want people to go really is to get signed up on a mailing list. That's your first real action, whether it's an affiliate marketing product, a show, anything. You want people to take their first step. You want to give them some sort of a bait, some offer. I have a guarantee. So I have all sorts of stuff working here. And of course I have a snazzy little headline. Now if you read that headline, I mean, what person in their right mind's not going to want to keep reading? After 4.3 years of silence, this bootstrap entrepreneur, high school dropout, and college failure struck with advanced ADD reveals how he turned a measly $75 PayPal payment for a software script into $1 million business on a strict zero-ad budget. Okay? All right, so cool. So that's the promise of the page, and you notice that is what people see in the above the fold. See, this is down here, this is the fold. So when people say above the fold, this is above, and this is below right here, okay? So as you can see, I've got the headline in clear view. I've got a nice graphical image that draws a vision of what I want people to visualize. And of course, people can see that $100 bill. That's very magnetic too. It gets people, what the hell is this all about? They're challenging. See, I'm trying to challenge people in this. Okay, so I've got all those elements going in there, and so you want to take a look at this and kind of analyze what I'm doing here. This page is getting right now at about 65% opt-in rate, so that's over 1 out of every 2 people. Now, and you see I have the opt-in form. Now I'm getting this opt-in form from Aweber. So let's go ahead and do real quick an opt-in and see what it looks like. So I just did this for just a bunch of other people a second ago. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you what the email looks like in what it looked like. But I'm typing this email in right now as incorrectly, so because otherwise I'll get an email, I'll get a response that this person has already joined on the list. So anyway, so I'm going to hit the button, register me now. It's going to take me to my next page. Now, I want you to take note, this is an important lesson in email marketing. This is the very first step. After someone enters their information, what they do next is so important, and that is, first of all, I highly recommend that you have double opt-in. Just don't mess around. Don't do single opt-in if you're advanced. Later on down the line, if you want to try that, fine. If you're not, I highly recommend any beginners go with a double opt-in system that people have to confirm their email address. Now, you're going to watch as I go through this process. When I hit the register button, it will transfer to a confirmation screen. Now, I want you to notice that I'm typing in Jimbo here as the name, and I'm going to watch what happens. Now I'm going to hit the button. I'm going to go to a confirmation screen. Now watch. I get a video that seems to be loading here, small little video, and it starts playing, and if I turn up the
to your email address,
you can hear the sound on here.
Verify that you're the one that actually
requested this information. So the video plays as soon as it loads. Now this is what's called my secret opt-in page. And I have what's called an opt-in page creator that creates this page for me so that when people opt in, now see, notice what I do here. Step one, I have people go through steps because we're used to being taken through by the hand step by step. Now, so the important part here I want people to make sure to do is notice here in this video that as it's rolling, I am showing them the process of going to a Gmail account and looking for I have it coming from in this email, sample email, and then here it says, you know, response required, and I'm showing them what the email is going to look like, what the link looks like, so it's like brain dead simple. They've got my voice to carry them through, and this is a generic video I can use for any sort of site I want, okay? So I can use this for any site I want, and basically, this is, I mean, I think what's really necessary in today's time. I have this video now hosted on my Amazon S3 account, which allows me to host it there so that, you know, if 100 people are watching it, it's not going to hurt my server. I'd rather not host it on my own server. I'd rather have the video playing from another account. So this video kind of walks someone through the step-by-step of what they need to do, find the email that they just got sent, and so I'm going to go and look at my email. And of course I have step 2 down here for those people that are real diligent. This is the easy way to make sure you get the information you're after, and that second email that reaches you right in your inbox. And this shows them how to go through and make sure to whitelist, go ahead and add me to their contact list so that they whitelist, so that my email makes sure to get straight through to them. This is so important, this step, and that's why I have this extra step. Not everyone's going to follow it. We can't force people to do it, but I try to take people through, and I try to make it look as short as possible. I worked as hard as possible to keep this page as short and simple. Now what you'll notice here is this is a Gmail video, and this, as you can tell, this page gets automatically, completely customized from whatever information the person entered in on the form before. So it says, Jimbo, thanks for subscribing. Please follow the instructions below. So it's totally customized, this page. And what I'm basically doing over at Aweber is I'm checking this one box for this thing in the form that allows you to pass variables, and that's all I'm doing is passing a variable to the form here. I'm passing the variable of the name here. I'm passing the variable here of the email address. So this is going to make sure to at least, hopefully, the person make sure to go and look for the confirmation. Okay, so it's trying to make it as dead simple to the person as possible. So let's go take a look at the process that I then take them through along the trail of this business model that I've created as I'm taking you through it. So I'm going to my Gmail account. I am going to log in. Oh, one of the things I wanted to say, this is, like I said, an intelligent page, so it does, like I said, it passes the variables through, but one of the other things I wanted to say, here in step 2, there's a lot more going on here than you can tell. But what happens here is there's 3 different videos that will get shown here, or actually, I'm sorry, 4. There's a Google video that shows people how to whitelist in Google. There's a video that also gets replaced here if their email address is a Hotmail or MSN account, or if they are a Yahoo account, or if there's no specific Yahoo, Gmail, or Hotmail, they then get shown a Thunderbird Outlook account. Outlook video on how to whitelist within those specific. So this is, I have four different videos that rotate within here based on the customization, so that I'm showing people relevant videos. So I plan this all out. I've got these tools that I work with in the background, and this is what I think is really important, at least getting people to their email address to get the confirmation. So we want to make sure, and as you're going to see, I already have the emails in here and I've already clicked on them, but as you can see here, this is the email, confirm your request from Less Talk Profits. I'm going to click on it, and now it's going to begin the process of what I'm going to do. And what I realized is that I actually have my cookies have not been deleted because I've already gone through the process because I had to test it. So I'm going to remove cookies because I've got a timer process that is going on here. Hang with me here for a second. And that's how you remove your cookies in Firefox. All right, so let's say I go back to that email. I click to confirm my email address, and I get transferred. Now I automatically program what URL I want to take the person to, and now you'll notice a video starts playing, and I've got 14 minutes to take a look and consider an offer, okay? So as you can see here, discover how I took a $75 investment and turned it into $1 million business. And basically, you can see a video that plays here with my face, and it goes through an offer. And you can see this is a really short page. I'm using video marketing here to give them a one-time offer. Now, I'm offering an ultimate marketing package, which I created in the background to help people develop the skills that they need to understand exactly how to sell, how to structure their business, how to do affiliate marketing, work affiliate marketing in with selling their direct services, that sort of stuff. Because, I mean, besides selling nichebot, I sell affiliate. I make affiliate income by providing good content to my listeners through what have you. So, okay, so let's get back to this. Now, I've got this one-time offer, and they have. Now what's interesting here is I'm using WordPress strictly with this. Now what's interesting is that most people would think, oh, it's just a regular blog. Well, I've got a specific theme of WordPress that allows me to make these one single pages without having the extra blog and the menu in them. So I've also got a plugin that I'm using here from WordPress, which has the timer going here, which, you know, is leveraging some sense of urgency in there. And so just like I can have an offer here, I have this internet marketing video podcast. Let's take you, Ken, for instance. You could have your Vacation Kid is your main site where you have your Vacation Kid video podcast or your talking podcast. You don't have to have a video one. You can have a video one, an audio podcast, and you have a way and the second screen when people confirm joining your email list where you have an offer for them. Now, this offer can be your own direct offer. It can be another offer, an affiliate offer. It could be that offer that you have for the vacation. It could be, consider, you may have to have some long sales copy to tell them everything that's included in your vacation thing. But you can have, a vacation plan guide. You can have a budget travel guide that you can offer for $17, how to travel the world on, $1,000 or whatever. And it can be basically, an offer that people can take. Now, how does someone take the offer? As you can see, step 3, click on the video screen area to get to the secret link to this incredible one-time discount. Okay, so they click on that and they go to that screen, right? Okay.
Cool.
And they can sign up here and purchase that one-time offer. Now, if your one-time offer was your affiliate program, then they'd have to sign up through your link. They would click this link and go to more travel, right? Make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So now here I have, okay, so the one thing to understand that just because your prospect says no to you doesn't necessarily mean that they really mean no. They're just saying no to that specific offer. Well, okay, and this is sort of common sales stuff that, I mean, I learned from sales stuff back 20 years ago that's still relevant here online. Sales is sales. You're trying to do sales. You've got to do sales, or else if you're not selling anything, you're not making money, period. Okay, so if someone doesn't want to take this offer, they see this button down here at the bottom. It says no thank you. We click here to pass up on this offer. Okay, they get another offer. Boom. Okay, maybe you don't want that whole thing, or you don't want to get that involved. So I give them a video that offers them a chance at a discounted price, maybe a lower price. They didn't want all the bonuses. They don't want to get that involved. Fine. And this is a way to get a lower priced offer in front of them. This is called a downsell. Okay, this is not, I mean, people do this and companies do this, infomercials do this. This is an accepted way of selling. I mean, even big-time companies, you know, Guthy Renker, all of them do this because they know that if you don't have a second glass waiting there or some other second offer, you have a chance at making a certain number of people that say no to the first offer will say yes to the second offer. And if they don't say no to that, if they don't say yes to that, they say no, they have a chance at a lower VIP coaching type offer. And once they're done with that, they go on to their ultimate, boom, now they're on to the blog. This is the blog, and this video then explains how to, this video explains about the whole contest thing, and it explains all about the $798 worth of goodies that people can collect. Now, you guys don't have to, nobody has to buy anything here. So, but this is a process I'm taking you through to show you how to build out a business. Now, one of the things that's working in here is that part of the contest is people have to, in order to be part of the contest, they have to join, they have to subscribe to iTunes, and they have to do a review of the first show over at iTunes. So they click on this video right here, and then that automatically subscribes them to the iTunes feed. Now, what that does is it gets us some good stuff at iTunes. It gets us rankings at iTunes and starts pushing us up in popularity. And now we're getting subscribers from iTunes. Now, what's really cool about getting subscribers from iTunes is you're tapping into a market of 250 million people. And this is a totally different environment than online, because you have to, I'm just trying to find my iTunes. You have to have this desktop software installed. Now, you don't have to have an iPod. You don't have to have an iPhone. I'm launching the software right now, and hopefully this thing is going to launch. It does launch. Here we go. And this is a whole other world. And there's, imagine, 250 million people out there that have some sort of device that uses this software that syncs their device. Now, this is a whole other universe. This allows you to connect. You don't get to just email your customers or email your prospects that listen to your free shows, but they now are listening to your voice. They're in touch with who you are. They're feeling your energy. They're feeling your vibrations. They're feeling what your expertise is about your particular topic. And if we take a look here, people can search my name, or they can search the show name, Let's Talk Profits, and you'll see, here it is. And what I ultimately want people to do is I want them to take the review. Now, I haven't even begun really releasing this just yet, but this is basically, I've done a small test release, which has shown incredibly great results. What's coming in here? Okay, something's getting downloaded here, and as you can see, some Let's Talk Profits content. But as you can see here, when people come here, and if they read this and they're excited about they see this whole big block description that I put up there. As you can see, there's some initial content here. But as you can see here, there's a link. I get to my website. So if people click on that link, they go straight to Let's Talk Profits. So as people are listening to my show on iTunes, hopefully my computer's not going to lock up here. But as you can see, this develops a complete sort of never-ending cycle of where you develop, because honestly, you start developing subscribers from iTunes really literally within 48 hours. People start getting subscribers. Of course, you have to have a valid topic. You can't just put your thing up on any topic. Hang on, I'm going to turn off that alarm on my phone. Annoying as heck. All right. Kill the phone. Kill the phone. That's my 7 o'clock alarm. I'm going to have to get going here, but as you can see, this is basically a full, so I'm getting a way of, as you can see, exposing my products to people while I'm getting, yeah, I want to quit downloading the podcast, but as you can see, I can get subscribers from that, but now I've also got my front page where I can put in my signature line on forums and all this stuff, and I'm having a way to get the name first and then be able to expose people to my products. Now, people may not buy the products at first, but what my whole strategy is to build so much value into my shows and give so much incredible, actionable content that what I'm going to do is build loyalty, credibility over time on the topic of internet marketing, you know, and basically how to structure your business, build a business, and how to market it, basically. That's what it's all about. And, but that's how to basically, you can take this into any sort of model. As long as you have to, of course, plan ahead to build out the back end, which I showed you, which is, you know, those one-time offers that I showed you about. And by the way, if this timer runs out, it gets forwarded to that next page where the bonuses are. And so, as you can see, it delivers the product. People can start watching the bonus episode, and of course they can comment down here. They can comment down here on the show, but more than that, they can, I've just got this whole sort of way of being able to have a whole cycle of being able to get people into first a free list, and then I have expose them to my products. Even if they say no, they're going to get the bonuses. I'm going to follow through with my offer, whatever I said. I'm going to give all their bonus content, all that sort of stuff. But my overall strategy is a long-term one to build a lot of episodes up and a lot of content to start building a fan base, because I want to be able to, I'm going to give away my best stuff. I'm going to be giving away, and that's the thing you want to be able to focus on. Now, if you don't want to take it to the level of that I have done, which is also, I mean, the next level that I've taken it here is that when someone purchases here, if they purchase this, they get a one-click upsell. They can still get other offers which expose them to more of my products. So that I'm making more per customer than I would if I try to sell people 2 weeks later or a month later. And I'm going to tell you, I've tested this over and over, trying to sell people next week or a month from now or 2 weeks from now. I'm telling you, it's not as hot as trying to sell people right now. But even if you don't do this whole model that I showed you, even if you just do the opt-in to just get the opt-in and have an affiliate site, you at least have the makings or the beginnings of a model. Now, the next step after this could be, like, instead of having a one-time offer, like I said, it could be your affiliate offer. It could be, you need to figure out how can you make your affiliate offer something that your visitor can act on now instead of tomorrow or next week. Does this make sense, Ken?
Yeah, it very definitely does. In fact, it went right along with what I read about the different areas of what they're supposed to be. But one question I have is, what is they call the registered box area? Is that
this?
Would that be
This
sales offer?
Say that one more time.
Would that be the sales offer?
What do you mean the sales offer?
Well, they said that you can make your pitch in your registered box, whatever that means.
I think you misheard me. A registered box? I'm not sure I understand.
Says under articles published, what are they looking for?
Uh-huh. Oh, you can make your pitch in the resource box of an article.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, so that you can get someone to your page on your website somewhere. Anyways, listen, it's beyond 7, and I've got to run to that appointment because I'm now late for it. So I'm going to have to cut it off here, and we will continue this next week. And if you have any questions about this, please do let me know, and we'll see everyone next week. Take care, everyone.